5 tips to know before playing Insurgency Sandstorm on console. Disclaimer, don't get triggered if I missed a tip you thought was important, just let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, sit back and enjoy. Number 1. Configure those controls. I know you're probably excited thinking, am I dreaming or in some sort of alternative universe where this game did release on console on September 29th? But before loading your first match, just make sure your controls are configured correctly. You have an X and Y axis sensitivity slider which needs to be balanced for uniformity, and it is set as high or low as you want. Personally, I tend to go with lower sensitivity to help me pick targets at longer distancing. On top of this, we have sensitivity curve, allowing you to have more precise sensitivity that makes the controls feel as smooth as possible. I tend to go for dynamic. There's also sensitivities for each scope, ranging from 1 times to 7 times. And also, you do have different mapping presets for controls ranging from classic to modern, slightly changing up the buttons for certain actions. So plenty of options to turn you into an absolute beast. In all seriousness, I'm impressed. Number 2. Take your time. This game is a hardcore shooter. 1 to 2 bullets and you're gone. Don't run around like a crazy, else you will get wrecked. Now, I have done this in the past, and I'm like, I want to go on an insane kill streak, upload it to YouTube, get millions of views, become an internet sensation, and leave my job and become a millionaire. Now, that's a joke, but because I'm a middle-of-the-road gamer, it just doesn't work for me. But what does work for me is peeking corners, moving cover to cover, crouch shooting, and just not being too aggressive. After playing 400 hours on PC, with about 10 to 15 hours on the console beta for Sandstorm, I've learnt that it's about the experience and trying to win for your team and staying alive. Although, if you want a faster paced experience, there is domination, which allows for quick respawns. Number 3. Configure your weapons. Some of this stuff might seem obvious, but keep these things in the back of your mind whilst playing. Get your controls right, don't play like an absolute headless chicken, and find the weapons that work for you. If you have an aggressive playstyle, try the AS Val. It has an insane fire rate. If you want to pitch up a tent and go camping for the day and pick enemies off from longer distances, pick something like a G3 with a more zoomed in scope that allows you to pick off targets at range. Or try a sniper. There is a lot of possibilities. Ultimately, after playing multiple rounds, you will get a feel for what works. Number 4. Use headphones. Mainly when I play console, I use TV audio. However, in Sandstorm, I can't stress how important sound is. The audio is great. Find your best headphones and get rocking. Now, there are useful applications for this. Listening to enemy proximity chat. A good example is, recently I was sweeping a building. I heard this murmured voice saying, someone just came through the door. I spotted an enemy ground floor. He obviously wasn't listening to the friendly call out. I took him out, 3 shots, dashed upstairs and took the 2 enemies out on the top floor. That's one application for having headphones on this game. Other useful things like knowing where the bullets are coming from, so just use the audio to its full capacity. Number 5. Burst fire. Sandstorm weapons can have a lot of vertical recoil. If possible, switch to burst fire or single fire for targets at range. When clearing buildings, switch to fully auto. Get in the habit of switching fire rates depending on your situation. Number 6. Bonus tip. There are some important settings to note when first booting up Insurgency Sandstorm. Go to the video and you will see an FOV slider, field of view slider, which goes up to 100, and a gore option, which can be switched on and off. Just in case you think, where is the gore? That's where it's located, in the video options. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button and subscribe with all bell notifications on. And here's some videos you may have missed.